a guest who is today with me, a very, very special personality who has achieved a lot at her very young age. And she is running a Gurukulam school called Cauvery Kanya Gurukulam in Srirangpatna near Mysore. And she also loves to travel, and she's spreading love for Samskrita all over the world. And this little sweet girl is also, traveling all over the world, teaching yoga, and spreading a lot of love towards yoga and Sanskrit. So she's Apoorva Vedavathi, and welcome to my show.
Thank you so much, Archana. It was a very sweet intro. And good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me this platform and joining this evening with all of us. And firstly, I would like to say that there is still so much for me to do and learning process that I'm going through too. And yeah.
Yeah. So, Apurva, tell me, you're just too little young, and you have been taking such a big responsibility of running, this Gurukulam, and you told me that your this Gurukulam is specially for females who have passed out their 10th, and you're giving
Yeah.
them 5 years of education with all ancient cultures and languages.
Yeah.
So, what is a story behind this?
Okay. So the institution that not just me, but my family runs it. So I'm the head operations of the school, which is called as Cauvery Kanya Gurukulam. And it is out in outskirts of Mysore, near Srirangpatna. So what we do is for the girls after their 10th grade, we give them 5 years of free education. That being their 11th, 12th, and 3 years of degree in BCom. So they are regular students of Mysore University. So at the end of the 5th year, she will be a BCom graduate. So
Okay.
along with this, we teach spoken Sanskrit, we teach yoga, we teach basically the Indian culture. All of us are Vedantins, and we follow and mostly the Indian culture part, yoga, meditation, classical dance, classical music. So to comprehend both a woman with both the East and the Western kind of education. And the entire education for 5 years is free of cost. So we don't charge any fee from the girls.
Oh, that's very sweet, and
Right.
that's very. It spreads a lot of humility actually to hear that. And what are the procedures you follow? It's randomly you pick a girls, or they come to you, or how is it?
Right. So initially when we started, that was in 2013. So we just gave random advertisements across newspapers and radio channels that this is going to be a course which has not been there like before. And any girl who has passed 10th grade can come in. And then for the
Okay.
first year, we had more than 100 application forms.
Oh,
And
that's really great. Yeah.
I know. So then really we wanted to know, why is that child really wanted to study with us? Is it because it is free education, or is it because that, I mean, somebody really wanted to study just BCom? Is the child really interested in studying the Indian culture? So we really wanted to know this, and we filtered out lot. So what the interview procedure for this is, the girl comes to us after she has passed her 10th grade, and then the first interview is with the parents.
Okay.
So we try to understand in what background, in what home circumstances has the girl been brought up. So we try to understand the parental psychology. And then once the girl clears that, then there is written exam, and then there's a personal interview with the girl. And then after that, we ask the girl to stay with us for 15-20 days.
Okay.
So when she stays with us, we have another senior students, and that girl is under complete observation. So how she wakes up, how she talks, how she does her things, how she eats. So we try to see, is she really interested? So we try to dig out more and more when she stays with us. And then after she clears all of this, she is selected and she gets to stay with us for 5 years.
Okay. So the only criteria is they have to, stay there with all the discipline which you follow, and you observe, you keep them under observation, and you pick them to yourself.
Yes, this is for the interview. But what you need for the interview is you just have to have a pure heart and interested culture.
Okay. So yes, that was wonderful. So do you follow completely the ancient rule of education, or you are following the modern type of schooling as well? Both amalgamations you are making, or how it
Yes.
is?
So, like I said, both they're regular BCom students. So they study commerce, they study accounts, they go to college every day. So the other half of the day, the girl studies this. So all of us in campus, we converse in Sanskrit, and not just that, we also conduct online classes. So we teach Bhagavad Gita, we teach spoken Sanskrit, we teach a lot of shlokas. Before we were doing it offline, and now after COVID, we are doing it online also.
Okay, that's nice. This is the only option, I guess,
Yes.
which is left out right now. Like the way even we are exhibiting you live.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So see, at ancient times, they used to give lot of importance to teaching science, mathematics, and self learning. It might be agriculture. It's like that. Do you also follow all that?
Yes. So in Gurukulam, we have as fivefold education. So one is they will be studying that ancient scriptures, which is Sanskrit and all of this. And second, they will be also doing agriculture.
Okay.
So we have very good. I mean, the Gurukulam campus is pretty big. So we do organic farming, and the Gurukulam is also very much involved in papaya research. And we do even coconut research activities. And also we grow our own, we have our own nursery which benefits the nearby farmers. So we have agriculture, and then English and computers is a must. And then they're all studying BCom anyways. And then mainly coming to the scriptural Indian studies, which is Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and Vedas.
See, that's nice. That's one way of keeping our culture and ancient rules and
Very
all
true.
the cultures alive to your school. And do you ever felt, or any of your students, or anybody for that matter, do you feel there is any disadvantage because once they go out from here, do they feel unnoticed? Like nowadays it's they give lot of importance to international studies, international schooling, English speaking, and
Yes.
all. So
Yes.
have you ever come across such things?
I mean, that struggle, I think anybody and everybody has to. Once you're put out of, I mean, for 5 years, they are trained with us. And once they go out from this training school, I think they are put out of their comfort zone. So again, it comes to adaptability. So there again, they have to accommodate, they have to adjust, they have to live. I mean, I think it is the same even for you and me. Every day is a survival.
Yes.
So, so in that way, also very good. The entire school is run by the girls. So the girls take care of the accounts, they handle the guests, they do all the online stuff. So A to Z, including the maintenance of and the expense maintenance of the school is also taken care by the girls. So in that way, they also get the practical knowledge, what actually lacks in the outside world. So our girls, they do carpentry, they do electrician's work, they do plumbing, they do agriculture. So there is so much skill-based education also given here. So which actually makes them a little comfortable actually to go outside. They're much more confident and very much well prepared to the outside world. While in the Gurukulam, they also conduct retreats. Even now, we conduct online classes. So every day, as in the first 2 years, study kind of environment. Then the next 3 years, she has to give back whatever she has learned. So be it to her family, be it to her friends, be it to going and doing social work or going to colleges and schools or conducting online classes, the school makes sure that she is interacting with outside people.
Absolutely. That's very
Right.
good to know that you're not only teaching them, you're also allowing and making them to spread what they have learned so far.
Very true.
And yeah, your girls are multitasking; they can do anything, and
Yeah,
you're just boosting them to be independent.
very true. Very true. Very true.
So, and also, you told me you run Samana retreat. What is it
Yes.
about? Yes.
So let us understand Cauvery Kanya Gurukulam as where we have the core team is ready now. So our teachers are ready. And through these girls, we conduct retreats. We have, so Samana retreats, the teachers, the students of Cauvery Kanya Gurukulam, they conduct retreats. And to the people of Singapore, Taiwan, to China, to Iran, to Turkey, to US. So we have conducted around 15 retreats so far. So in these retreats, we conduct yoga and 10 days, for 15 days, various activities like there is Sanskrit, there is chanting, there is a local village tour. And when we come to yoga, there is bhakti yoga, there is karma yoga, there is jnana yoga, there is raja yoga. So we try to follow all of this within 10 days, 15 days as a retreat course. So this is what we do as retreat.
Okay. Basically, they come into you, take a package for 10 days or 15 days, and
Yes, yes,
you will bifurcate according to their requirement.
yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, and also you told me you're a travel enthusiast. So, what are the places you have visited so far?
Oh, I love traveling personally. So this is kind of something that I do for me personally, and also because of the kind of job I'm in, where I spread the culture, I travel, I talk to people, I also get to know about other culture. And that is kind of me getting out of the well and getting to the ocean. So, what I was, the kind of person I was before traveling, and the kind of person I am with constant traveling is kind of opened my mind so much to accommodate more people. I mean, so much. So, I mean, initially, my parents traveled a lot, and as child or children, I have traveled a lot. And then in 2016, 17, after my education and everything, I really wanted to explore and do something for myself, and also wanted to do these retreats and culture. That's when my first solo trip was to Bali. So I stayed in Bali for 2 months. And then I also was in a yoga course, and then I interacted with other people. And then it again started. I went to the next. I went to China. I went to US. I went to France, and then after that, I went to Iran. I went to Turkey. Then Singapore. To, I'm just I'm in India. Had covered most East and to explore more of Northeast.
Okay, I guess there is little, voice issue from your end. You're able to hear me now?
Let me check. Hear you.
We missed out last few. I guess she needs to reconnect again. Yeah, she's there.
Back.
Yeah, that's okay. We missed out last few lines what we are saying because it was not audible. Yeah,
Okay.
we heard till France.
Okay. So after that, in 2009, so got opportunity to travel to Iran and Turkey. And then again, I went thrice to Singapore. And then, yes, most of my trips are either solo or sometimes I have friends in that country. And then I travel along with them with their help also. So this is outside and within India, I've covered pretty much all the states except Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, and now getting to explore Northeast.
Okay. So basically, you love to travel and you're happy going and spreading whatever you're teaching right now in your Gurukulam.
Yeah, yeah.
So, which was your favorite place that you have traveled so far? Which you love the most?
All countries were beautiful in its own way. I mean, language, their culture, their traditions, and then the local sightseeing, places to see, the nature. I mean, everything is so different. But but I think this was my first trip to Bali. So I actually didn't know anything. I actually missed my flight. So this was in I missed my flight. There was a layover in Singapore, and because also the time changes, I honestly didn't know. And then it was midnight, and I missed my first flight. And then I rebooked my flight, and then I spent a day in Singapore. And then I stayed 2 months in Bali. So that kind of was I mean, I didn't have anybody. It was unknown country. I didn't have my friends. I didn't have my family. And back then also internet was very expensive. So I couldn't, unless hotel, I couldn't really go out all the time and recharge my phone and use the net. So even socially, I couldn't get connected with a lot of people. So that was a time where I could really spend a lot of time with really I just loved my company. So Bali was really a very big turning point for me as a traveler.
That shows how courageous you are. You have done everything alone, going to other country, missing flights and everything. That was
Very true.
wonderful to
Very
know.
true.
So you told me you're a yogist and you love yoga, doing yoga, teaching yoga. See,
Right,
some
right.
do yoga for fitness, some do it for as a for flexibility. So what actually is yoga for you?
So again, when we come to yoga, I mean, we say the father of yoga is Patanjali. So he has given eight Ashtanga. We tell eight folds of yoga. So eight limbs of yoga. So asana is one of the eight limbs. Practice what we do for fitness or anything, all the physical part is one of the eight limbs. So it begins with yama, niyama, and third comes asana. So yama and niyama are do's and don'ts, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Again, that comes to law of karma. And then later comes pranayama, then meditation, and then pratyahara. So pratyahara is again having control over your sense organs, having samadhi. So asana, whatever we are doing today, is yoga is just one of the parts of yoga. So there is seven more steps. So yoga is like a school. It's an overall package. So in a school, we cannot just tell, we cannot tell English as a subject is schooling. So there is overall, there is science, there is maths, there is physics, there is physical education, there is art, all of this together. So the whole it is called as yoga. I mean, yoga is, I mean, it's a way of life. It cannot be out of practice or 4 days in a week is yoga or slimming is yoga. Yoga is way of life. So how we really, each thought, how we process it, how we behave with other people, how we communicate, how we think, uh, all of it is yoga.
Yes, even I have read that yoga is like sense of how we react to each and every particular movement we do, the words we speak. Yes,
Yeah.
that so much information on yoga. Even I was not knowing it. So,
Yeah.
what are the benefits of studying in Gurukulam other than learning
Uh,
ancient culture and systems?
yeah. So I think that will be really nice if I had my students along and they could really tell you the difference, with the normal. The conventional education is very good. I mean, is good. But then when we actually come back, I mean, I personally, I just feel the education system right. was outdated. So it was more of it is just a memory test. So you read for you read for an exam, you store it, and then you back on paper. So there are so many aspects to learning. Uh, I mean, also me as a child, as a when I was back in school, I think there's no much importance on creativity, on physical education, and which I was really more inclined towards. So, a Gurukulam girl, whenever she's a lot of aspects, I mean, when you compare a normal girl, most of our girls are now preparing for their MBA. They're doing their business management courses. So most of them have easily cleared the exams.
Okay.
So compared to a normal girl, I mean, it is they go to tutorials and they write their examinations. But then when a Gurukulam girl comes, she converses in Sanskrit, and most of our girls are not from a very great economical background. There are some girls with very good economic background, and but most of them are from very low economic background. So giving opportunities to these girls, they can converse in Sanskrit, they are updated with the modern technology, and they also converse in English, they conduct classes, and they also present themselves, which actually gives in so much of confidence, and they conduct classes. I mean, all of this, also 5 years of training actually. They wash their own clothes, they wake up at 5 a.m. and they do meditation, they do yoga. And I mean, all of this has really, it's like a personality development course in itself. So it is not just educating her, it is shaping her. Like, just like I like to give this example. Whenever we go to a temple, I mean, when we get a stone, and if the stone is carved, it can take more of the hittings. I mean, the same stone, it can be used as an idol. But when so much hittings and so much shape, the same stone will be used as the footstep to go towards the temple.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
That was very nice. So, yeah, you told me you were born in Pune, then you were brought up in Bangalore. You studied in, I guess, in Bangalore. Then you shifted to Sri Lanka with your parents. Then you're married to a Punjabi. So,
Yeah.
I think from my birth you're into traveling. So,
Yeah. So
how did
I would always So I would like to say I'm an Indian. I don't really belong to one place. So I am like my native is Coorg from Karnataka, but then I'm brought up in Bangalore, and then I studied in Mysore, but my parents' house is in Srirangpatna, and my husband is from Punjab, and right now I am also in Assam, so I do up and down. Right.
that's
So
fun.
that is why, I mean, I'm yeah.
That's really interesting. So your life is covered with traveling and visiting beautiful places. Yes.
Even during
So
this COVID times, I actually traveled with 5 states. I mean, I mean, different quarantine rules. I had my corona test like 5 times. So yeah,
you want to follow all that, and still you
very true, very
manage
true,
to come back safely.
very true, very true.
I'm going to ask you a few little random questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what is that one thing you don't forget to carry with you when you travel?
Uh, Definitely essentials like phone, money. But then I also actually I eat a lot of healthy medicines actually. I
Okay.
mean, I eat ashwagandha, I eat brahmi, I eat neem, I eat spirulina, I eat so I have in a day I eat like 6 to 7 herbal medicines. So
Okay.
whenever I go, I have a mini kit with me all the time. And I got this from my mom. So from the past 4 or 5 years, my mother has got me into this, and I always carry this with me all the time. Even if I don't have water, or even if I forget a pair of slippers, or even if I forget some essential, I will make sure I'm carrying these stuff with me.
Okay. So, uh, how many gadgets do you carry with you?
Oh, so I carry my cell phone for sure. And if I'm traveling outside of India, another cell phone, because I will need that for extra SIM card to insert the local SIM of their country, and then my laptop and a recorder. So I use IC recorder. So whenever I conduct classes or when I'm taking classes, I sometimes record the classes. So yeah, four.
If you ever get a chance to, film your life till now, how you're brought up, what are you doing, what would you name it?
Oh, I
This
don't
is
know.
just for fun. You can answer anything.
I know it's good. It's good. uh, I don't know. I think I don't know. I find myself, like I'm kind of a person who does a lot of things. I'm into art, I'm into traveling, I'm into culture, I'm into social work. So uh, I think with something to do with all of this, I think I'm lost of words. One word which would probably explain and connect all of this.
Yeah, okay. So that's wonderfully said. Because you can't select one thing because you're not into one thing. So,
I know.
yeah. So, do you follow the strict schedule or you just go with the flow?
I do both. Uh, like go with the flow, like just like I met you. Just like we connected, this is like go with the flow. And then strict schedule I do when it comes to my lifestyle.
Okay.
Like to wake up early in the morning. I have to do my yoga practice. I have to eat healthy. So this is not anymore have to for me. So it has kind of become a routine. So if I don't do that on that particular day, I feel like I'm missing something.
Okay.
So when it comes to myself, I'm strict. But when it is with opportunities and with outside people, I think I go with the flow.
Yes. Yes. True. Actually, that is the way it works. It shows how much, the man is involved in their lifestyle.
Hmm.
Then, if you get, I mean, if not a chance, if you're checking your husband's phone, what is that one thing you look for?
Sorry, I missed something.
If you're checking for your husband, what is that one thing you will look for in it?
Actually, I don't do that. We don't do with each other, but still, Amit, my husband is in the forces, so I mean, lot of messages, work-related messages. Uh, so I would probably look for. I think I will look for my own message, which he wouldn't have replied or amended. I will go back and the blue mark will still be there, and I will tell you haven't even read my message. So I think I will just go back to my own chat, even in his phone.
So suppose if you are not mainly, what you're doing right now, what would you choose as your profession?
Uh, Initially, actually, in my college days, I really was very interested in either wanted to get into fashion designing or I wanted to get. I really wanted to do either of them.
They
And
list,
then, but then I was also.
yeah, tell me. Tell me.
So,
I'm
but then
listening.
I was also okay. So, but then I also then finally I got into psychology and
Okay.
spirituality. Right. I I know
We
it's too
missed
much,
such
but
we missed
and each of it is an extreme.
yeah. But I must say this, we missed such a beautiful psychiatrist as well as fashion designer. Okay. What is the first thing you do when you're bored?
I mean, uh, I I think I have these days I'm actually have a very bad habit. I just keep, Instagram and other social media you keep scrolling, and it goes into a never ending loop. So I really love how gotten into it. But I think bored is, yeah, that is what I do when I'm bored. I just keep checking other people's their reels or their short stories or stuff. But I think I don't really have that much luxury of time. I mean, each day it's like I switch. So I have to shift from doing a lot of things in a day.
That's actually with everyone, even it's with myself. Whenever I'm free, 5 minutes of time, I start, watching videos on YouTube. It's everywhere,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
So, what are you? See, we got to know that you are good at many things. What are you bad at?
Procrastination, actually. I mean, this is personal. I postpone actually. And I also had a very bad habit of, so if somebody has sent me a message, if it is not work related, I would probably reply them after 3, 4 days. So, and then that was something that I'm really trying to change now. And I try to immediately attend calls on time and talk to people, even if it is, I mean, at least at the end of the day before I go back to bed, I make sure that I clear all my messages on all platforms.
Is it because you
Right.
don't
This
think
was there.
it is very important, or you just want to, be practical?
No, I think like I told, this also gets into the habit of procrastination, where I kind of think it's okay to do tomorrow, and like I will do that at the end of the day. So kind of the procrastination, and then that ends up to like days of not replying someone.
Okay, then you'll end up sending like, oh, sorry, I did not, find time
Yeah.
to do and things like
Like,
that.
I don't want to put that sorry face anymore. Like I want to be there when even my, close people, my close circle people also message me.
That happens sometimes, and with you, like a busy person like you, it should happen actually. So no wrong in that.
Right.
People wait for your reply. Okay. So, do you cook well?
Actually, I don't really cook. I mean, because I'm married to a Punjabi family. I mean, they cook amazing food and a lot of yummy things. And my cooks better. And also, I mean, I have not really gotten into that zone, where cooking was kind of wasn't really necessary. Even in my mother's place or in my husband's place, there is already always somebody to cook. So with this tight schedule, I don't really find. I mean, but during this lockdown, I actually experimented a lot. When a lot of things were closed, there was no outside many things to do. I think I enjoyed cooking actually during the lockdown time.
Okay, so in Gurukulam, cooking is out of syllabus.
Cooking is there.
Hmm.
I mean, we have people, we don't want really the girls to get to, cooking. And we all know how much effort. I mean, we should appreciate all the people who cook, not just cooking. So, I mean, breakfast and lunch, and then your tea and coffee, and then chopping all the vegetables, and then cooking, and then serving. I mean, you need a person to actually do all of that. So, I mean, in Gurukulam, cooking is there, but then not as a course. I mean, children do it when they want to learn, or when once in a week, just like that, but not into cooking because they're all
That-
students. Really want them into get too much into their time to get into cooking.
Yeah, yeah. That's one's wish, and it's also an optional, I guess. So
True, true, true,
yeah.
true.
What is that one message you want to give it to all people who feel like Gurukulam is like old ancient type of schooling, and now we should give a lot of importance to English and international schools
Right,
and things like
right.
that.
I think one message is, I mean, there is, as and when I'm learning, as we are evolving, I think that keeps, that one message keeps, it keeps updated. So, I would want to say that, especially keep COVID scenario, I think we all realized how important it is for us independently, like physically or mentally, even emotionally. So there have been a lot of times where somebody, your family members have been isolated in one city and then they were else, there were lockdowns. The only mode of communication was through. I think also social media also has an expiry. It cannot help you all the time. So one message is to really find ways in what you are to be with yourself. So it is not that all the time that we need a phone. It's not all the time we need a friend. All the time we need our husband or a family. Even without all, how is it I can enjoy my own company? That if all of this was not there, what is that I can do? What will I read a book, or will I paint? Will I draw? What will I do when I'm just with myself? So I self introspection too.
Okay. So this is a message you want to give it to everyone who is watching the show. Yeah, it was exceptional talking to you, and keep doing this good work. Keep spreading Samskrita throughout the world. And, I would tell everyone to visit your place once. I know how beautiful the place is, Sri Rangapatna, because even I'm basically from
We
Mysore.
live river banks. So the Cauvery
Oh,
flows within the property. Right. So within
well,
the
very
Gurukulam,
that's very
we
beautiful.
also invite people. Yeah, I mean, this is heaven on earth. I mean, we have beautiful, it's all green. We have the gushing water. And then we also have stay accommodation facilities also. So people who want to have a break uh, for a weekend or so, they are more to come and stay with us.
Definitely, I know. As I said, even I belong to Mysore. I know how nice place is Sri Rangapatna. And, yes, it was wonderful knowing you. Thank you for coming on my show. Thanks for your time. And thank you, viewers. Please keep watching Voice, and please do visit this place. It's really nice. It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It was lovely having so many people join along with this. And thank you, Nazia also for connecting us. And for this Work TV, I mean, I just even checked most of your interviews. I mean, you're trying to bring people to a very good.
Definitely. People like you are, many times you people are unnoticed. Many people doesn't know that, what they are into, what people are doing. So see, we are basically founded this platform, to showcase people like you who are passionate about something which they are doing in their life. Yes, I guess again there's a connectivity issue. Yeah. You can hear me, I'm audible.
I think it reconnected again.
Reconnected again. I guess there is a lot.
I
Yeah, that is what I was saying was we created this platform just to exhibit people like you who are passionate about doing something in their life, and many people like you are unnoticed, or many people next to you will not know what you're doing actually. We thought like in during this COVID time this would be a better way to showcase celebrities like you. Yeah, it was wonderful having you on my show. Thank you so much.
No.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.